Welcome back to Hoochos. Today on Hoochos, I'm going to show you how to grow these. These are hydroponic potatoes grown in the cheap alternative to growers' pots, grow bags, which are placed over the top of a DIY rain gutter grow system, which allows them to wick up from below. This video has taken 5 months to complete, and I need to tell you before we start that this is actually quite a disappointing result in the end, but in the spirit of the channel where I show you not only my successful experiments but my failures, here is the video. So this is the 450mm lay flat tubing, and I'm just measuring it out to 500mm. And this is a heat sealer. So this is going to allow us to quickly and easily seal the end of the bag. And this was only like, I think it was 30 bucks. So seal it like so, turn it inside out, and we have our bag ready to rebag the media. So the technique that I'm using here is the cheap alternative to growers' pots technique, and I'm just filling up these bags with a cocoa perlite mix. It's about 70-30 cocoa perlite respectively. The technique is outlined on another video on my channel, so go over and check that out if you want to learn more. But essentially the bags are available in different widths, which allow you to customize the grow bag size. I'm just laying out potatoes here and labeling them. So I've got desiree and chat potatoes. I had a bit of a problem with the chats later, but we'll cover that. Now, I got these from a local produce market. With the beauty of hindsight, I really do wish that I did wash them, as I think that may have been one of the problems with them not sprouting. Then I just watered them in with a full strength hydroponic nutrient, 2.4 EC and 6 pH. And we can set it up here. So these are the potato bags. For now, I'm just gonna move them out of the way. This is a rain gutter grow system made of only 3 component materials: a float valve at one end, the gutter itself, and the wicks that supply water and nutrients to the plants. Okay, so to set this system up, all I'm gonna do is lay it down on the ground and make sure that the ground's level. We wanna lay down a piece of timber on either side, connect up our garden hose, which is going to run all the way up to our reservoir of hydroponic nutrient. And once you're happy that your system doesn't leak, we can add in the grow bags. It's super simple. Here goes. That was great. Oh, it's working fantastically. Oh, that one bent. Got there eventually. Okay, so the bending actually gives them some rigidity. I just had a problem with one of them bending rather than piercing. If you're having trouble, I think you can extend this bend all the way up. That will increase the rigidity if you do have the issue I just had. I've only had the issue once though, and all the rest are fine. Oh, of course. And that is all but one of my potatoes planted. So that rain gutter grow system you just saw was my new reimagination of the rain gutter grow system, that I just heated the pipe and cut it in certain ways to make it without any parts. The ones that you're seeing here are repurposed rock wedge spikes, and I don't particularly think that they work as well as the newer grow spike that I've developed. So I'd highly recommend utilizing those newer grow spikes. In the pictures you're seeing, this is just me playing with different ideas, different bags for the potatoes essentially, and I'm just watering them in and setting up more systems so that we have a variety to observe. Now, just before we start the time lapse, I'm just going to jump ahead a little bit because I had some problems initially with the potatoes sprouting. Okay, so there's a lot going on here. In the foreground, we have many different styles of bagging potatoes. These are all seed potatoes that I used, and the ones at the back are actually not seed potatoes, they're just store-bought potatoes, and I didn't wash them properly, I don't think. So one of the types of potatoes just started rotting in the bags, and the other started to sprout a little bit. So I have replanted some of the back potatoes. These are Desire potatoes. They're a purple potato and they've sprouted somewhat, and they're coming through in a lot of different places, as you can see. But the chat potatoes that I planted in these sea bags, they did not come through and they just started rotting. Like, as you can see here, that's the leftovers of a potato. Okay, so the potatoes are actually coming on really well if we're only counting the ones that I've planted, which were the seed potatoes. You can see here all of the different bag types. So this is the traditional bag type. These are more of the ginger and turmeric system style of bagging with the slits in them. And here I've just gone for sort of like pirate ship style. It's a bag on its side that's just been split down the side. I'm just playing with different techniques to see what the tubers like best. And we can now start the time lapse. Okay, so it's been about 5 months since the planting of these potatoes, and I apologize for the mess. It was actually a lot worse a few days ago. We've had just a catastrophic amount of rain here. This whole place was covered in weeds and grass. It went from like nothing to this sea of green that wasn't just hydroponics, unfortunately, within like 3 weeks while I was away. Just before we get on with the potato harvest, I want to show you at the back. You can see that I've made the mistake of introducing sweet potato into hydroponics, and it loves it. It's just in this lazy man's auto refill garden. I also had it over in a bag next to my taro, which, as you can see, is just exploded in growth. I'm actually very impressed at how well this system is dealing with the taro, which is just like, it's massive. Like, have a look at the size of this leaf. That is just, it's outrageous. But that's not what we're here for. We're here for the potatoes. So in each of these bags was ½ kilo of each variety. I'm gonna lay out some trays, cut open the bags, and we'll see what we've got. Okay, so this style should just be able to be tipped out, because like so. Okay, there are no rotten ones so far. So here I have the potatoes that I got out of that bag. What I'm actually going to do is, though, there is a bunch of like tiny seed potatoes throughout this grow media, and I think that means we're going to get a bunch of potatoes come up in this media. So I can just shovel that grow media straight into our bag. And our bag is reset. I want to collect one of the upright bags now, because I'm actually quite interested in those. This was the purple Congo, And we could just tip this out upside down and just do this. Well, that was disappointing. So I'm not gonna bore you with the rest. That was a disappointing bag. I'm gonna collect the rest of the potatoes, and if I find any good ones, I will let you know. Look at that one. What the hell is that? Okay, well, we're getting better size. Nowhere near the quantity I wanted though. That's more like it. There are definitely some rotten ones in here, but these purple ones aren't doing well at all. Well, there it is. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. That was 3 months and quite a lot of work for a rather disappointing result. I think the variety choice had a lot to do with it. I'm just not sure what happened. The pest problems, like the russet mite infestation was massive, so it really would have taken a toll on the plants. I don't think the bagged media method is to blame, but I have no proof. You can definitely get a good harvest with the cocoa media, because I did that last experiment. I'm actually going to replant all these bags, but not with potatoes this time. I'm going to plant them with my ginger harvest that I have left over from the last ginger harvest, and I've been using for making ginger beer, which has been fantastic. Anyway, thank you for joining me today on Hoochos. I'm sorry I didn't have a better harvest for you. Happy hydroponicking. Oh man.